Hi, my name is Marjorie Alexis, and this is my research case study titled Apple Negotiates with Record Labels to Get Music on iTunes. The parties involved in this negotiation were Apple Inc. and several music labels including Warner Music Group Corp., Universal, EMI, BMI, and Sony Music Entertainment. The negotiation was over whether the music labels would allow Apple to put their music on iTunes. The conflict began when Apple proposed to sell the songs and albums a la carte. Selling the songs struck as a problem with the music labels, though, because allowing their songs to be placed on iTunes meant that album sales would decline. Now, the positions of the parties means that these are the things that they requested from each other. The position of Apple was they asked the music labels to allow customers to purchase music digitally from iTunes for 99 cents. Now, the position of the music labels, their position was digital rights management. Basically, they requested the following restrictions for songs brought on iTunes. They wanted to limit the use of Play to authorized computers, and they only wanted to allow a playlist to be burned on a CD no more than 7 times. And these restrictions are according to a report written by Brian Chen. However, the interests of the parties were different from their positions. The interests are the underlying desires that were implied by each of the parties. The interest of Apple? Well, they wanted to give customers a legal way to download music online. They also wanted to create an online music store that would be legal, easy to use, and reliable in performance. The interest of the music labels? Well, they didn't want customers to have a completely unlimited access to download their music from iTunes. They wanted to get rid of the companies that hosted music download websites illegally because it decreased their album sales. And allowing their songs on iTunes would put them in a better position, I should say, to compete against these illegal sites. There were three specified principal negotiation concepts that were used in this negotiation. The first one is mutual benefits. This concept is applicable because the negotiation was a win-win agreement that both parties could benefit from. A mutual benefit means that each party can benefit from the outcome of the deal. It means that each party will leave the deal with something that he or she wants. Apple benefited by being able to host the largest online music store where people can legally download music. The music labels, however, benefited by having an increase in music sales via the legal online music iTunes store. The second negotiation concept that's applicable is appreciation. Appreciation existed in this negotiation because initially Apple had a hard time convincing the music labels to let their songs be used on iTunes. However, both parties remained focused on each other's interests in order to solve the problem. As a result, each party made an effort to show appreciation for the offers that were proposed. The parties showed their appreciation to each other by proposing offers that catered to their interests. The last concept that's applicable to this negotiation is status. And this was used in negotiation because each party knew about each other's experience and knowledge. The expertise that Apple had was in technology and electronics. The expertise that the music labels had, specific for this negotiation, were procedures on the selling and distribution of songs. The music labels knew Apple as a leading corporation for electronics, and Apple knew the music labels were declining in album sales because of the increase in illegal online music downloading. Because of the particular things that each opponent knew about each other, they were able to negotiate more effectively. What went well in the negotiation process was that the parties remained focused on each other's interests in order to solve the problem. Each party focused on the problem in order to come up with a win-win agreement. Focusing on each other's interest was the strength that each party had, which, as a result, positively impacted their negotiation. Because each party was able to focus on his opponent's interest, they were both able to propose things that catered to each other. What went wrong in the negotiators' techniques was the lack of objective criteria used. For future negotiations, each negotiator could improve this weakness by providing information regarding, for example, the increase or decrease in sales for using online downloading websites. By providing such third party resources, each party will be informed as to whether a deal proposed is worth it or not. And that's how Apple and the music labels could have, in this negotiation, done a better job with the process. Now, the conclusion of this agreement, an agreement was reached. The outcome of the negotiation was that the music labels agreed to let their songs be on iTunes. When the negotiations